Most people move to the coast for the ocean view. But in Redondo Beach, the ocean isn't just a backdrop you look at through the window. It is a living room that you actually use. I'm going to show you the hidden ecosystem here, from a secret wilderness campsite to a glass-bottom boat run that turns your standard Tuesday into a vacation without you even trying. Redondo Beach doesn't have one single heartbeat. It has a split personality that actually works in your favor. I'm going to walk you through the 3 distinct pockets locals build their lives around, break down the blue economy that keeps this city running, and help you decide if this functional, ritual-heavy lifestyle is the relief valve your family actually needs. If you're relocating with kids, you are probably terrified that moving to the beach means sacrificing convenience for scenery. Stick with me and I will show you how this city is engineered to protect your time and not waste it. The first thing you have to understand is that Redondo Beach operates on a rhythm of recurring events that solves the problem of what are we doing this weekend before you even ask it. The identity of this city is inextricably linked to the King Harbor, but unlike a standard beachfront where interaction is limited to the sand, the harbor facilitates a blue economy of leisure. In the winter and spring, the whale watching calendar dictates a rhythm shift in harbor activity. This isn't just observation, it is a shared civic migration. When the fleet heads out to track the gray whales or the colossal blue whales in the summer, it creates a shared awe factor that ripples through the town. Residents track sightings, transforming the ocean view from a passive backdrop into a dynamic stage. For families, this is critical because of the Looking Glass semi-submarine operating right in the harbor. It is a bright yellow vessel that democratizes the underwater world. It means your kids don't need to be scuba certified to see the Garibaldi or sea lions. It is an accessible third place on the water that builds a connection to nature before they can even swim. If you're a parent, this freedom is your secret weapon. The city provides the itinerary. If you are already a local and upsizing, you know that proximity to the harbor determines how often you actually utilize these assets versus just driving past them. This harbor energy bleeds directly into the pier, which functions as the civic living room of the South Bay. This area represents the most democratic of the city's social spaces. It is characterized by accessibility and a broad spectrum of activity that accommodates both the solitary fishermen and the festival-going family. The summer concert series here is arguably the most significant recurring cultural events in the city. It functions as a mass synchronization of the community. Every Thursday and Saturday in July and August, the pier transforms. The programming strategy relies heavily on tribute bands, a choice that caters to a multi-generational audience and capitalizes on shared cultural nostalgia. The vibe is consistently described as a real community event, distinguishing it from commercial music festivals. The prohibition of high-back chairs is a subtle piece of social engineering, ensuring a sightline for all and enforcing a literal leveling of the audience. It captures the golden hour sunset, merging natural beauty with cultural consumption. If you are a remote professional, these events means you can step out of your home office and instantly feel part of a collective. You don't need a membership club or a reservation, you just need to show up. If you're trying to figure out if this come as you are pace is right for you, or if you crave something more polished and high status, you might be comparing this to Manhattan Beach. The difference is distinct. Manhattan Beach has the postcard rhythm. It is iconic, prestigious, and focused on presentation. Redondo has the repeatable rhythm. It is the place where you don't just visit for the view, you live in it. If you want to explore the more polished, upscale energy of Manhattan Beach to see if that fits your goals better, I have a deep dive video on that specific lifestyle linked right up here. But if you are staying in Redondo, you need to understand the parlor of the city. Move south to the Riviera Village and the energy shifts completely. This is a pedestrian-oriented enclave that mimics a European village layout. Post 2020, the proliferation of outdoor dining parklets here became permanent. The sidewalks are extended dining rooms where visibility and interactions are maximized. This is where the lifestyle becomes a daily ritual. On Sundays, the certified farmers market at the Triangle parking lot anchors the weekend. It is not just about buying microgreens or candles, it is the transition point. You shop for produce and then migrate to the adjacent sidewalk cafes for brunch, turning a chore into a multi-hour social event. The village works because it enforces a slow zone mentality. You walk here, you run into people. It satisfies that deep need for spontaneous connection. The Riviera Village Summer Festival in June transforms these commercial streets into a pedestrian-only festival zone. It acts as a reunion space. For 3 days, the village becomes the absolute center of gravity for South Redondo. If you're relocating here, this walkability is the primary driver for property values in the 90277 zip code. You are paying for the privilege of leaving the car in the garage. And before we get to the hidden layer of this city, I want to give you a tool to help you organize all these neighborhoods. If you want the hard data behind the lifestyle, like the specific cost of entry for these pockets, the school boundaries, and the commute realities, I have mapped it all out in my free Redondo Beach relocation guide. It is the exact framework families use to validate their budget before they start touring homes. You can grab that at the link in the description below. Now, there is a hidden layer to Redondo that most people miss entirely because they are too focused on the sand. In a dense urban environment, Hopkins Wilderness Park offers a rare sanctuary focused on solitude and ecological connection. Located at 1102 Camino Rio, this 11-acre site serves as a counter-narrative to the beach-centric identity of the city. This is one of the most unique experiences in the region because it offers urban camping. The park features 3 campgrounds: Gumwood, Pine, and Sycamore. Reservations operate on a rolling 6-month window, so for a prime summer day like August 1st, the reservation opens on February 1st. It is a scarcity economy, but it is incredibly valuable. It allows for camping in the city, a safe, accessible way to disconnect without leaving the zip code. The prohibition of RVs and alcohol ensures the experience remains focused on nature and education. The park is also the site of active community intervention. The South Bay Parkland Conservancy drives efforts to remove invasive species and plants native flora. The volunteer work parties here for habitat restoration function as civic rituals, building deep community bonds amongst participants who literally get their hands dirty together. If you are a nature access optimizer, this park is your release valve. It is where you go to reset your nervous system when the coastal fog burns off and the city gets busy. Finally, we have to talk about the water itself. For many parents, the open ocean is beautiful but stressful. Riptides, waves, and unpredictability. Redondo solves this with the Seaside Lagoon. This is a salt water facility that bridges the gap between a pool and the open ocean. The facility enforces strict behavior codes to maintain its family-friendly status. Alcohol is prohibited during public hours, as are glass containers. These rules curate a specific type of social environment that is safe, controlled, and distinctly different from the more wild atmosphere of the open public beaches. A critical development for 2026 is the Avenue A beach access replacement. This project aims to replace deteriorated walkways with ADA-compliant ramps, ensuring equitable access between Torrance Beach and the Redondo Beach Pier. Once completed, it will link the southern residential zones more effectively to the pier, enhancing the connectivity of the city's coastal promenade. Redondo Beach is defined by participation. It is flying a kite in March, running the Super Bowl 10K in February, or buying strawberries on a Thursday morning at Veterans Park. It is a rhythm of recurring communal engagement that transforms the city from a collection of houses into a living community. The question isn't whether Redondo Beach is nice, we know it is. The question is whether its specific brand of repeatable connectivity solves your fear of isolation. You need to map your non-negotiables, like commute tolerance and school needs, to the specific streets that deliver them. If you're ready to start strategizing your move to the South Bay and want a full data breakdown, grab that Redondo Beach relocation guide from the link below. Or if you want to see how this compares to the higher octane energy of the neighbor to the north, you can watch my breakdown of Manhattan Beach right up here. I'm Mr. Hernandez, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.